I am so excited to share with you today how I made over $1,000 in my first month being monetized on YouTube. Now, I was pretty surprised by this because I did a lot of research, and I'm sure you did too. You probably Googled how much money do you make on your first month being monetized on YouTube? And like what you probably found, I found that most people were making $10, $30, $60 for their first month. And so that's what I was expecting. However, I got $100 in one day, just a few days after being monetized on YouTube. And so I was pleasantly surprised, and I really want to share what I think happened there and why I was able to make so much money so that you can also get good results for yourself. In this video, I will break down a bit of my channel history. I will show you the graph and where I started to get more views, the times I saw the most growth on my channel, and the type of content I was posting, and what my big money maker video is. What I want you to understand by the end of this video is what is most important to understand in order to get monetized and how to keep the money rolling in. So let's jump in. So a little bit about me. My name is Andrea Sermansky, and that's Coco in the background. I have an online abstract painting course. I teach in-person classes, and I also have my YouTube channel. I am just now expanding my channel to include tips for creatives on how they can start their own successful online business as well as a YouTube channel. Now, regardless of your niche, these tips will apply because I'm going to show you exactly how I earned a lot of money on AdSense and what you can do to also try to get the same result. So let's jump into the back end of my YouTube channel so I can show you how I did this. Let's go. I just want to show this so you can see that my first payment was $1,064.77. It was $1,200, but they took out taxes. And my next check is coming actually next week, and it'll be $711. Let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so this is the back end of my YouTube, and on the left side, so you can see the analytics button, just for those of you that are new to this. And so we can go here to the right, and let's just look at lifetime, because I just want to show you that I started my YouTube back in 2011, and I just created my account so I could watch YouTube. So there's 0 videos up until we get here. Let's do custom, and we're going to just change this to 121 because that's when I started to post things. All right, so you can see the first videos I started to post here were back in January of 2022. So I did several back in 2022, and then I did nothing for many months until November of 2022. So there was a huge gap there where I started to do these live painting classes online. And so I did several lives. This is one of the lives. And this is another live that I did November 2022. Okay, so then I posted a bit through the end of the year and in early the next year. And most of these, again, these were lives that were about an hour to an hour and 30 minutes long. And I invited my email list to join in on the live class. So these were long lives, unedited classes. Okay, so then I skipped again. And then in March, I started to post again. And then I skipped around. I waited a few months. I posted again in May, and then June. And then again, there was a big gap. And the reason why I'm telling you all this is because look how I don't have a whole lot of growth here. And I was really inconsistent with how I posted. So this is purposeful. I'm showing you this because I want you to see and look at your own graphs. When you don't post consistently, you don't see growth, right? And so I had a lot of videos published, but there wasn't much growth because I wasn't consistent. So let's just jump up to August 2023. So that's a little bit over a year ago. I had taught an in-person class to a YouTuber, and she had a really big channel, and she basically, it was a full day painting class. And I taught her how to create a beautiful aspen painting for her home. And she coached me on YouTube, and she told me, like, post anything you can, post every little idea that comes to your mind about painting, post every week, just post, post, post. So she really encouraged me, and I got inspired. So I ended up posting weekly, and I was pretty consistent with that, starting at the beginning of August. And then through really like early November, I was pretty darn consistent. Now, when you see a little spike there, around Labor Day weekend, one of my videos got a lot of views, how to paint the color turquoise. And it was like over 1,000. And for me, that was really big. And then it became 5,000 and 10,000. So, and actually you can see just below here, at this point it's gotten 25,000, which is great. So I got inspired. I got really excited and I continue to post weekly. Okay, so I was excited about that, but then so my growth was pretty decent. But then, so it was pretty decent. You can see, like here, it shows you what videos you posted. So I did a pretty good job posting through early February, and then I had another big drop off where I didn't post very much. And so you can see once again, there's no growth here. But then I picked it back up in April because I started to get close to getting monetized. So there's two levels of monetization, as you all probably know. And the first level, it's just to get like super chats and, you can have a membership and a paid membership on your channel. I wasn't really interested in that. I don't even use that now. I really wanted the AdSense. So I was getting close to this point and realized I better start posting weekly because you only get, it's all determined in a year window. So you need 4,000 watch hours and over 1,000 subscribers to get monetized for AdSense. So I started to post weekly once again and finally got monetized in June. So on June 11th. Okay. So I'm just changing now to 365 days so we can see a little bit better. Okay. So now here we are. June 11th is when I got monetized. Okay. So here's June 16th. And I want you to see this little bump that happened. So June 9th, I'm not monetized. I've got 100 views. June 11th, I got monetized, remember? So the next day, look at my views. Now, YouTube says they don't put your videos out more if you're monetized, but that's a pretty significant change from what I'm used to here, 700 views a day, 600, 380, and then all of a sudden we're at 1350, one day after the first level of monetization, again, which is like the super chats and all that stuff. So I just want you to note that, okay? And I did continue to post somewhat regularly because I wanted to keep up my monetization. I wanted to get to the next level. And so I did that. And then I finally got monetized the next level, which is 4,000 watch hours. And that happened on August 7th. So August 7th is when I got monetized to be able to earn money on ads. Now, once again, let's look at this big spike right here. Interestingly, on August 4th, just a few days before I actually hit that 4,000 watch hour time, I had a video that started to get a lot more views. And it's this one here, Abstract Art Mistakes You're Probably Making. And so that started to get a little bit more views and gained some momentum. But then after I got monetized, look at this. So my views went up to like 6,000, 8,000 a day, which was a huge spike for my channel. And this is just after I got monetized. So this here is 7 days after I got monetized. So 7 days later, I went up to 8,000 views per day. Now, once again, it might have been luck. It also, maybe there is something about being monetized that you get pushed out more. I mean, again, they say that doesn't happen, but I just see these big spikes where I got monetized both times. So now I really try hard to go weekly. And basically, since this point here, I posted weekly videos. And so that's really important. I want you to remember that posting weekly is really important. Okay. There's something about that weekly thing that really, you can see this whole zone here where I start to really go up and up and up. Right now, I do have a drop off here, and that's because this video started to get a lot more views on it. We're going to talk about that in a little bit here, but I wanted to show you how there's a relationship between posting consistently and weekly. And when you get monetized, I noticed a big increase in my views. So let's navigate over. We're going to go to this other tab here. Actually, let's go over to my revenue. Okay. So you can see the last year, so far, $2,000, 123 in revenue that I've earned. Now, this, as you all know, is since August 7th. Okay, so anyway, let's take a look at the revenue and let's kind of get a closer view here. So you can see here, once again, I start earning on August 7th. And, and this day here, August 17th, I made $100 just in one day. We're going to go to what video that was in a little bit here. Now, if you'd like to see how I do after my first 3 months, I'm going to post that and it'll be right here so that we can see how I've done since my first and second month. So when you on YouTube, you can go to advanced mode here. So you can click right here on advanced mode. And this is where we get some really good information. So I want to talk about the videos that made me the most money. And so it's ranked here by how much money I've earned. And you can see here, the first one is this live that I did in November of 2022. Okay, so we've got this live that I did. It's how to pop your paintings with color, and it's an hour and 20 minutes long. Okay, so let's go through here. So it's gotten 64,800 and some views. So that is great because in that time, the ads are being shown more, right? So in a longer video, that's more ads that are being shown. I also want to just point out that I've gained 1,700 subscribers just from that video alone, and I've made $1,100 just from that one live I did a few years ago that I had no idea would become popular, right? So this, now we could talk about the click-through rate and all the other stuff, but this video is really focused on the monetization part of things. So let's look at the next video here. Okay, so the next number 2 moneymaker for me is abstract art mistakes you're probably making. You can see it's 11-minute video. Okay, so a lot shorter. And I've had about 50,000 views. And you can see here the watch time so far is 3,400. I've gained 2,000 subscribers, and as you can see, I've made $242. These two are certainly the highest views, but what a big drop from how much money I've made, right? So that's because of the watch time, right? And the fact that I've been able to engage people, really important, really key. So let's keep going down a little bit more. And, I want to go to this video here. So you can see this is another hour and 37-minute video. This is a live video that I did, and I did this recently, actually. So I'm really glad that this is up there in the rankings because I just put this video out several weeks ago. And you can see I've got 4,500 views on this one, but it's made $100. So that's not bad. And so, and this one as well, this is a 54-minute class. That's also made $100. So if you just take note that I've made the most money on these really long videos, okay? So except for this one is just a very popular one. It's a big topic talking about abstract art. So hopefully what you can learn here is the importance of making a really or several really long videos and how that can really help you make that revenue. Now let's go to this video real quick. Okay, so I'm just going to show this to you and I'm just going to play it a little bit here. Okay, I'm just going to pause that for a second. The video quality is not great at all. It's pretty bad. Lighting's okay. It's not edited whatsoever. So if I just sort of, do this, it's just me, I'm showing some overhead shots, but it's just with my computer. So it's not even that great. You can even see my laptop, in that image there. There's the edge of my laptop. So this is not like a fully highly produced, highly edited video. It is just a video that I did live for people on my list, and I just did it on YouTube. And this is the biggest moneymaker. This is juicy because you think that you need to do a really, super highly edited video. You need to make it really flashy and need to edit out your mistakes and have amazing lighting and amazing video quality. I kind of had none of that in this, but the one thing I had was really good content, really good value for my audience. So what I do is I take you in this from basically, nothing. So I start the painting from nothing, and then we go all the way up to something. Now, interestingly, this painting is still not, there you can see my little light there. See, right? If I would have edited that, I would have edited that out, right? But didn't matter to the 65,000 people who've watched this video. So anyway, I take you to the end of a painting, and it's not finished by the end of the video. So I actually did a part 2, and now on my part 1 at the end, I have linked part 2 so people can watch part 2 and see where the painting went. The painting is still not finished. It's one of those paintings that's just taking me forever. So I'll hopefully do a part 3, and hopefully that's it. It'll be a part 3 and it's done. Now that I understand that a really long video is the way to go to get the most out of earning money on AdSense, that's what I'm focusing on. And I'm doing more long lives on YouTube so that I don't have to edit, and I can give some really good value in content. I invite my email list, and that way I can hopefully continue the money rolling in. So I want to go full screen now just to summarize what we learned here. So first of all, I saw a little bit of a spike in my daily views after I got monetized on the 2 different levels. Now my views have actually leveled off a little bit more recently, but there was a little bit of a spike. The next thing we learned here for my back end was that by far the biggest moneymaker was my unedited, low video quality, live video that was 1 hour and 20 minutes long. And so that is the big money maker. So we learned that we don't have to get real fancy with everything. We can keep it really simple, but if we're delivering really good content, people will want to watch. How many videos have you watched on YouTube that are 45 minutes long or 1 hour long on a topic that you really want to learn about? I've done it many times, maybe a video about marketing or branding or whatever it might be. I eat that stuff up and I watch the whole thing, and sometimes I watch it twice to take notes. So just think about that. What can you deliver to people that is really full of value, that would take about 30 minutes to 1 hour to deliver, and that would really engage your audience and make them just want to stay to the end? So for me as an artist, it's painting something from blank canvas to finish. But for you, it might be some other process that's really valuable, that's kind of technical, that takes a long time to explain. And try not to have to edit that, because it's a very long video to edit. So let me just give an example. Let's say you have a channel about cooking and you're a chef, and on your YouTube, you usually do shorter videos about like knife techniques or how to cut an onion or some different simple techniques. Maybe one of your lives or one of your hour-long videos could be, let me show you how to make a complicated meal from beginning to end. And, for some people, like even making a roast is complicated, so maybe it's just a roast, right? Let me just show you step by step in real time, no editing. Let me show you that step to step, right? That is really valuable for someone who doesn't know how to cook. I've got a friend who's 40-some years old. He never learned how to cook. He just learned how to put a pizza in the oven, literally. So there are people that you'd be surprised need those things that you think are really simple, but actually they don't know how to do. And that's why they're Googling it, and that's why they found you, right? Now, also, if you have an email list or social media account, make sure whenever you post your YouTubes that you also post on those other sites so that you can send a lot of people to your video right from the beginning. YouTube likes to see a decent amount of clicks in your video within the first day or so. So I definitely like to post in the morning so that it gives time for the algorithm to kind of figure out who to send the video to, but also just time for people to get on there and click. So make sure you're using your other channels to point to your YouTube content. Now, what you need to do is figure out what it is that you can deliver, what value can you give, and just remember that the most important thing is teaching your audience something that they really want to know. I hope that inspires you to keep things a little bit more simple and have less stress about making these videos that are highly edited and take so much of your time. Get more content out there instead of editing so much. What questions do you have? Let me know below in the comment box. And also let us know in the comments below what niche you're in, how long you've had your channel, and also have you found some tips that have increased your views a lot? Finally, if you are in a place where you are trying to become successful in your YouTube channel or in your online business, I coach creatives on how to have a successful online business and YouTube channel. So if you are interested in working with me, my email address is below in the description box. Reach out and we can talk about how I can help you. And if you're a creative who wants to start a art YouTube channel, you can click right up here and I have a video on how to start an art YouTube channel or a YouTube channel for creatives. It actually works for any niche. However, the examples I give in that video relate relate to the types of tripods and the types of lighting that you need as an artist specifically. But if you need some help, just click right here. I hope this was really useful and helpful. If it was, at least like it. But if you want more like this, go ahead and hit subscribe. And I wish you the best of luck on your YouTube channel. Take care.